evening, and thank you for tuning in to another week with Fathers Who Care. I guess I would have to preference this show with being the last week for this quarter for Fathers Who Care. And next week you will be having the young people, who will be facilitating, producing their shows. The group is called the West Garfield Park Youth Council. So they'll be coming to you live with the young topics, the lit topics, the hip topics, or whatever topics these young folks call it these days. They will be facilitating things on self-esteem, goal setting, and all that other good stuff next week. So it's always been fun and always been a pleasure to come to KNTV all of these years, to my friend Amari, to some of the others. I remember back in the day Tiffany, and I remember back in the day so many others, that Charlie, I remember Terrence, all of those folks from back in the day when we was doing it on Green Street, Sylvia, and so many others. And then we had Barbara, and then we got David, and all of these different people. So it's really been fun, and it's going to continue to be fun. And we really, really love the fact that our young people are still involved and wanted to learn more about this venue, and learning to be really young people who are pitching other young people, who are guiding and strengthening other young people. So it's with that we want to use this show as we segment out until next week to talk about what can we do to continue to empower each other, meaning I'm empowering you, then it's becoming on you to empower someone else. And that's how we really bring about systemic change. Is if I help you, helping you means that some things might not necessarily be sweetness to your lips.
Yeah, of course.
But it may be inspirational and therapeutic to your mind and to your vision. So when we're dealing with young people, sometimes tough love is not always sweet love.
Yes, I agree.
Sometimes we may have to say some things not out of haste, not sourly or bitterly, but some things we may have to say some things to some young people because they may be in a certain frame of mind that you may have to bring at a certain frame.
Yes.
So tough love, as we do with our children, it don't mean we don't love our children. We know that sometimes we have to step up the love on them a little tougher than we normally do, because it's urgent. Like, don't touch the stove.
Yeah.
The eye is on, all right? The heat is on. But sometimes you may have to
get that experience.
Yeah, you may have to get that experience so you don't do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't want you to burn up.
Yeah.
But we don't want you to inadvertently come behind what we're teaching you and say, well, I ain't going to listen to what they say. And then you start playing with the stoves. And then you get all the eyes up, you get all the fire running, and next thing you may have
is a problem.
Is a problem. A major problem, right?
A fiery mess.
A fiery mess. Good one. I like that. So anyway, with that being said, again, thank you for tuning in to Fathers Who Care. Of course, we're going to use this show this evening to talk about how men and women can work together to empower our future leaders. We think that it's extremely important to empower our young people. I just kid with you, and I joke with you not. It is not easy to empower young people.
No.
I'm telling you from experience, of many, 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 many years of experience, that a lot of people say they want to work with young people. They really don't have the heart for it.
I agree.
So why is it that it's so difficult for folks who know better, folks who can help others, to not want to help others? Why is that so hard for people to do?
I believe that you can identify that need that needs to be met. Like, how back in the day when we were in school and you would get in trouble and the teacher be like, I got mine, you need to get yours.
Wow.
And in a sense.
So with that being said, hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Okay,
because I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna present to some and introduce to others, because I want to go back down that road. All right? I got mine, you get yours. I believe that's what people think.
Yeah.
And they only have it for a minute, trust me. But anyway, I'm gonna talk this evening with, your name is Jasmine, Jasmine Walker. And Jasmine, you are a mentor, a program coordinator. You are inspiration. You are an influencer.
Oh, stop it,
you
stop
are
it.
people. What?
I said, oh, stop it, stop
You are a
it.
people's person. You are committed to empowering young women, occasionally educating and enlightening some young men. And I'm going to ask this question of you before I go back into that I got mine, you get yours mentality.
Yes.
Why? Why are you, and I'm assuming that you are, why are you so committed to wanting to empower, engage, enlighten younger people other than you, when you know that so many other people may have that mentality, I got mine, you get yours. So I want to ask this question, why are you so committed to empowering those who are less fortunate?
It's a good paying job. And I don't mean it in a money-wise, I mean it in a mental. I'm gonna break down a good paying job is, I love to see a child progress. I like to see that started from the bottom situation, and I love to see them go, Miss Walker, you helped me do this, you helped me do that, and it's a really, really good passion of mine. The smile is very effortless. It's a thing that I look forward into seeing, and I continue to want to do it. I've been doing it since I was a kid.
Well, let me say this. This business is it takes certain people to make certain things happen. But it also takes certain people to make other things happen, that we can bring certain resources to educate and empower folks and to probably compensate folk. But just like things come, things go.
Yes.
Nothing is forever sometimes because everything has to have a foundation to be alone.
Yes.
And so when I talk about specifically about empowering young people and why you have that passion, that's because whether you're with us or you're with someplace else, those are transferable skills. And you will find as you continue to matriculate into your goals, which I'm sure you have them, I'm sure you have aspirations to want to be other things in life, maybe an elected official. You might want to be a professor. You might want to be a whole lot of things in life. And those things are doable.
Yes.
However, the majority of the time, the best way to get something accomplished in your own life is to empower someone else in theirs. Because what you would find, you'll be finding that you're actually empowering yourself.
Yes.
While you're helping others, and you don't even know that you're doing it because it's so effortless. You're just doing it because you know it's the right thing to do, and you're inadvertently uplifting yourself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example. You go to school, right?
Yes, I do.
And you have folks in school who's been there before you,
Yes, correct.
and you have professors, right? And those professors, you know, you can tell when they're working to get paid.
Yes.
And you can tell when they're working because they want you to grow.
Yes.
So how do you feel when you encounter, let's say, your mentor in school, and your mentor is empowering you to refrain from negative behaviors, but to use those gifts that they are teaching you and that you already have, you have some remnants of it, but you're building.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So your mentor is educating you and inspiring you and engaging you to take a certain step
Yeah.
that you ain't used to taking.
No.
Right?
Not at all.
So how do you feel about that when that happens to you?
I believe in being uncomfortable. Uncomfortable means you're succeeding in life. So if you're uncomfortable, that means you're doing something right, and that means you're wanting to want to learn more things. My mentor got me to be uncomfortable in certain situations and got me to want to do things that I know for a fact that I probably wouldn't have even thought about doing. Even taking 10 steps back when it comes down to just simple things of writing collegiate answers on paper. Like she tells me, think about it. And it was sometimes where I never really thought about it. I thought for me, I'm good with my words. I'm very shabby with how I say stuff. So I would say things inadvertently. And instead of thinking about it, and it would have been easily to convey it. And easily like, oh, they got it. So she really taught me how to hone in a personality that I already had. Like, you could be a firecracker, but, you know, let's let's be a little subtle sometimes. Lead
Okay.
with that femininity energy, and
Okay.
then when you get through the door, have them use that power, have them stand up straight because your presence is a presence. So that was something that I had to acknowledge, that my presence is loud enough when I
Okay.
walk through the door.
So let me ask this, because we're going down that road now.
Mm-hmm.
You particularly spoke on, I got mine, you get yours kind of mentality. And people do have that mentality.
Very much
They
so.
are called selfish people. They are called folks who have short-lived experiences.
Yes.
And they only going to have what they get for a short period of time. Because it's really not about laying foundation. It's not about empowering others. It's not about leaving an inheritance for your children and your children and children. It's about, I got to get mine. I'm going to get mine by any means necessary. Now, if all of our ancestors and those forefathers of ours, if all of them had the same mentality that I'm going to get mine, you get yours, where would we be?
On the back of the bus still. Simple as that. Still segregated. Still can't have no rights to nothing.
So,
Black men still not being considered black men. Considered that
So-
1/3.
yeah, so do you believe that as and I'm going to consider you not an elder as me, but you are an elder to some of these younger people?
No, not you saying that when my birthday just passed.
No, listen where I'm going. If you're dealing with a 13-year-old, you're an elder to that 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay? Or a big sister, how about that?
Yeah,
you
I like
probably
that better.
one better because you
Yeah.
have not grasped eldership yet. So as you grow, you will. It's only a state of mind.
Correct.
Okay? And once you understand the eldership being a state of mind, you won't be afraid to be called an elder.
Yeah, no.
Because
agree.
most elders are full of wisdom.
Yeah, I was just
full of
about to say that. I'm
understanding.
still trying to catch wisdom, so I don't want to consider
So-
myself as an elder.
Well, and not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh, soon to come.
Age-wise, you're not. But if you're applying yourself and you're elevating yourself and you're a good steward of knowledge and you're taking that knowledge and you're bringing that knowledge back to young people, in their eyes, you are mentor / big sister.
Yes.
Get it?
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm looking at the long-term effect. Is that what you're teaching them going to have a lasting effect on them?
Yes.
Of course it is. So I would be considering you, if you stay in that vein, as an elder.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right? Now, not like the Baba and all of these others, who
Yeah.
have transition on. Not like those
No, I get what
elders.
you mean.
But I'm talking about in that circle.
Yeah.
I put it in a simple way. I'm a big brother, you're a big sister. So when I deal with young people, they may refer to me as a big brother. I have no problem with that. I prefer they refer to me as an elder. Because what I'm trying to tell them and teach them is years of
Yeah.
experience, not just something I just found out about yesterday. You follow me?
Yeah, 100%.
So back to you. So when we're talking about who you are, let me ask you this. What would you see yourself doing, Jasmine? What would you like to see yourself doing, even though you're helping others right now, in 10 years? Let's go with that. Is that an intermediate or long-term goal for you?
Everything I do for me is always an intermediate goal.
Okay.
Because I like to think big.
So let's go with the 10 years. Let's just preference that. Let's say in 10 years, what is it that Jasmine would like to be doing?
Well, right now I am obtaining my second degree in sociology. So my goal for short term, when I get my PhD in 3 years, is to potentially get my PhD. Not potentially, going to get my PhD, and then I want to go back to an HBCU, either Chicago State or the one that I graduated from, Mounds College, and either become a professor and be a dean there and come up with my own curriculum, my own programs. And then after that, I
You
want
mean write your own curriculum and programs, right?
yes,
In what area?
and sociology and philosophy.
But what would be your thesis?
My thesis will be on the demographics on the youth in urban areas. Yeah.
Why that?
Because I realized that redlining has taken a trickle-down effect in our areas. By us being redlined, we don't get certain things in certain areas. It's like, okay, you got the in a sense it's like field and house. You know how you have certain areas on the south side and certain areas on the west side. You go a block and it's marvelous.
Yeah, it's like night and day.
And that's
Yeah.
and it shows even by the schooling
So I
in
take
those
it you're
areas.
talking about the property values
Yes.
and the community.
Yes.
So now you was talking about your thesis would be in what now?
The demographics of redlining in the youth, how it is affecting the
Okay.
youth.
Well, most things young people don't know no better because they ain't been nowhere.
No, of course.
So you can take them. That's why I say it's always important to expose these young people, even if you can't physically take them someplace.
Mentally.
You can mentally take them there through the internet.
Yes, of course.
I kind of used a PowerPoint that I gave the young people one day. I know they've never been to Africa, but I have. So I did a PowerPoint presentation of all of my activities when I was in Africa.
No.
The different places I went, the different things I experienced, the different culture, the different foods, and the fact that folks in Africa really believe when we go back, that we are the children who have returned.
Yeah.
Not all of us,
Yeah, I know.
but most of us who go back with the knowledge of the Ashanti tribe, or we go back and we go back to the village of Ashanti, or we go back to Ho, or we go back to Cape Coast or Benin, or when we go there and we do our rites of passage.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, did you do that?
Of course.
Oh,
That's
how
the whole
peaceful
purpose
was
for
it?
it. That's the purpose for it.
Yeah, I heard it was very liberating.
It was more than that.
Yeah.
Because you get a chance now to follow your ancestry. Now you do know we weren't born here. I mean, we were born in America, but our ancestors were not. You do know that, right? They was born further than Mississippi.
Yeah, of course.
All right, they came farther than Arkansas. All right, you get me? So a lot of them came from different places and were unfortunately stolen from their land and brought to this land. But anyway, what I'm trying to say to these young people, even though they have not experienced the black and white shrine or Willie Forrest, or they may have not seen the Garden of Eve, or they may have not seen the vultures, they can experience these online.
Yeah.
I mean, the internet is Google or something else.
I'm done.
Seriously.
I get you.
It can take you anywhere you want to go. It can educate you beyond your wildest imagination.
Yeah.
So it's my job to keep on saying to you, as you keep on growing, which I believe you will, as long as you drive that way. But you do know that once you grow that way, you got to give that back.
Yeah, of course.
You got to pay back.
Yeah, you got to do it each one teach one.
Absolutely, but
Yes.
you have to pay back.
Yes.
But anyway, let's go back and talk about what are you doing and what are some of the activities that are available for these young people on the west side of Chicago with you and another one of these young brothers we got named Ken, and we got Melanie, and we got Shamira, we got Vernisha, we got Princess, we got others that's involved. We're going to have others involved. What is it that these young people can do or can look forward to if they join the internship program, if they join the drop-in programs, if they came to Fathers Who Care for after-school enhancement, enrichment activity? What can they expect to encounter?
I think they would expect to encounter that lost bridge, because as we get older, we don't know how to relate. And I would say to you, you picked us that we weren't so out of touch to the point where we can relate to certain things that they feel comfortable with. So I would say out of all of the 6 weeks, the soft skill programs that we offer, the intervention, the prevention, what we also offer is a peace of mind, in a sense, because it's like, we talk to our mentees and they be like, oh, I thought we were the only ones. And it's like, no. We go through it too, and it's more so where we're not so far removed. We are like right in that middle where not only they teach us stuff and we teach them stuff. So it's always a learning experience. Every single day, Monday through Friday, is a learning experience.
It's funny you said that.
Yes.
Not funny, but it's funny you said it because I echo that sentiment. Reason why I really do what I do and have not retired and allowed others to just take it and run is because it's a different day for me.
Yeah.
Every time I see the enlightenment or the gleam on young people's faces when they've learned something that does something too.
Yes, that fuel.
Yeah, every time I see these young people constantly being elevated, I mean, you'd be surprised, but not that surprised because you know now. But you know, you would be, for some of these young people are from broken homes. Some of them are experiencing a great deal of trauma.
Yeah.
Some of them are living in single family homes. Some of them are coming from poverty-stricken communities and families and households. Just the other day, I got one of my daughters showed me a picture that back in the days when I was doing intervention programs inside of schools, one of the young ladies that was shot and killed over at a gas station over there.
Yeah.
Just recently. I think yesterday or the day before. Now, she used to be in our program. So to see this child succumb to becoming a victim in your own neighborhood, just walking through, I don't know what they did or what happened, but the fact that some mothers is grieving their daughter, that's a pain. So what I'm always excited about is to see young people like you all embracing these young people and letting these young people that know that they have a safe haven, that they got a place where they can call a safe zone. And it's really important because you don't know what they're experiencing. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they have gone through. And you would be surprised that some of them may not have not eaten that day.
Yeah.
Or left school and didn't eat. Or may not have something to eat at home. Or may be limited on what they can eat. So it's really important that I encourage you and those around us to be careful how we treat young people.
Yeah.
Because the young people we may be treating may be an angel in disguise.
Yes, I 100% agree.
But let's go. So tell our audience, if you can say, or if you can take these young people and you had a magic wand and you can change their life's experiences, what would you do?
I'm such a big baby. I would give them wisdom just so you can know not to go, so you could be like, oh, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. Like, I feel like you don't get it. I was blessed to have a beautiful grandmother filled with knowledge. She didn't mind sitting on the front porch and passing out that wisdom. My grandfather used to read so many books to us about Egypt. It's like to the point he used to take us to the African festival, and he actually used to be one of the sponsorships for it.
So you was being exposed.
Yeah, I was always
so
exposed.
So now you understand the exposure. Go ahead.
And it's like, and it was since my grandparents and my mother put those two beautiful people in place while she was working a 9-to-5 because she was a single mother. But she knew for a fact, my parents got it. And when my grandfather, he was a Black Panther. He was on the side of Fred Hampton, and that's what really made me be like, wow.
So who was Fred Hampton?
Black Panther leadership. Black Panther.
I know, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you
Black
start
Panther
dropping
leader.
nuggets out there. I'm gonna have to hit you.
What I don't like is the fact that his house is spray painted with his face on it. A historical landmark.
You talking about on West Monroe?
Yes, and nobody knows it. I literally that's Fred Hampton was literally one of the people I used to fan geek over because his speeches were everything. The fact that he was having people at that time, like white people, submit to him and apologize for certain things. It was like, whoa. But for him to, even though at that time when he started up the Chicago Black Panther Coalition, it was honestly the Black Panthers was kind of dwindling. And for him to bring that fire back, and he brought it back in such a non-militant way, yeah. And the Black
Panthers Party.
Yeah.
His son is at it.
Yeah, Fred Hampton Jr. I actually used to, he used to do poetry slams at our school.
Okay.
So we kind of go a little way back.
Yeah, along with some of the other brothers. We have, at the school, you should be in the student center, which would be Baba Kwesi Harris. That was one of the brothers that I took my pilgrimage with. And that was one of the brothers that we used to be all out together. Doing that empowerment.
Yeah.
But talk to her. If folks want to get in touch with you, how would they be able to get in touch with you? You
can come up to Fathers Who Care. I'm always there Monday through Friday.
Right.
1 to 6. And then you can also call us at 773-287-5821. I was going to repeat it again.
Sure.
Again, 773-287-5821.
Or you can log in to fatherswhocare.org, or you can, I think they got it on TikTok, Instagram, all of that kind of stuff. But most importantly, the website, pull up the website, www.fatherswhocare.org. And as Jasmine just alluded to, 773-287-5821. Or you can also come over to the agency. It's 4540 West Washington. We have an internship program going on right now where we're affording young people stipends for 6 weeks of soft skill training to train in job readiness, other skills where we can get them acclimated to jobs and find jobs and be able to hold jobs. So give us a call at 773 if you have some young people who are interested. If you got some volunteers, we appreciate that. But until we see you, we love you. God bless you. Have a blessed evening. Be nice to someone, and remember, it is because of you that others are growing.
Correct.
And because others are growing, it is because of you. So God bless you. God keep you, and see you soon. We hope all is well. Love someone today. Hug someone today, and be your best self. Thank you. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.